So this is what we're doing. Everybody that actually likes my Facebook, likes my YouTube, all over the world, you could travel or do this yourself. I can make a video showing you how to make a Hobbit home. Exactly. So more people can do it. I don't just need the fundraisers for this Hobbit Home Society once there's more people. And if you contribute your money or time for your own Hobbit home, you could have it built faster with the machinery that we already know how to dig, and we have machinery for it, the resources and things of the solutions that we already know, and technology that we already have, that we can do this, like the digging, backhoes or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, people, I'm trying to make you understand something here, that I'm trying to reach and the people in a certain way to make them understand this. Truck drivers out there, that anything, what I'm trying to say is that you could have a job that's so much more simple. Live with your family, have all the time to do what you want. Only working, like, say, 3 days a month to contribute to your food source, and that's it. And you get the food source back, and the cost of living would be free. But we contribute to buying the land in this system in order to operate as a clean living operation system. So what I'm trying to say is that we can do this. And I'm trying to make you understand this the best way I know possible. Is this is all our mind's intelligence of the things that we know how to do, we can already implement in the society. And it's mainly for the younger generation. For the fresh minds coming into the world to having a social time for a social society, like school. That is somewhat social. Your social interactions. And when you go outside of school, it's the workplace that's your social. But if you don't have a job, you're only homeless. The only other thing that's social is the homeless people, or out and about, there's this high and by because everybody's too busy with their lives or what they do. But I know this to be true of this daily society. It would be opened up, more free. You could be on the level. You could be taking your mind to the next level. Things won't be bored anymore. You wouldn't get bored. You wouldn't have these problems. You wouldn't have these issues that you're facing every day. You wouldn't have the stress that you have to do all these tasks, and you're wasting all your energy, and at the end of the day, you have nothing to give energetically to your children. But at the same time, having all this energy to do this, and to do this at an all-time rate, to give it 25% of your life for this Hobbit Home Society is what I'm trying to say. That amount of effort, because I know that you have other things to do in life. But what I'm trying to say is give 25% of your effort. Is what I'm trying to say is that we can all get together and do this. It's not no simple task at first, but I would be the number one working, busting my behind just to dig these Hobbit homes. You know what I mean? And I would be digging. And I made the first Hobbit home, like I said in the last podcast. The first Hobbit home was the size of a small camper. And is about 8 feet deep, 7 feet deep in some areas. And the logs went across, and there's a sunroof. So the logs went across with support beams underneath these logs. And the support beams are about 7 feet tall. And in some areas it was 6 feet tall, but I measured it all out and I put the support beams in there. But what I'm trying to do is I can make Hobbit homes. And I am tech savvy when it comes down to using hand saws and other equipment that I could actually do this all by myself. As long as I get this land and show and set the example for other people to do the same. You could buy land, say if you want to live way out in the country in the middle of the woods or whatever, you could buy this land, make a Hobbit home, grow land, and make the crops, but it's together as in society, like in a town. If we created a town together as a society, working with a food source 3 days every month, because of the population, we take our turn, but we get all the time to do what we want. Then we're not stressed for time all the time You're too busy because you don't have any time because the job's taken up all the time. And that's for the average life on the planet. But these people with a lot of money, they get this freedom, but yet they're corrupt with it. And I don't know why. I just don't understand this. This world could be different. We're so ingrained in how this world was, how evil it was, that we're not looking outside the box of this picture. We're not getting outside of the system that we're living in. There isn't two systems to the equation. We don't have another choice. So the only choice is this system that we're living in. And what I'm trying to say is that I love you girls. I kind of went like this to look at the time and it looked like I bowed. So I had to say that. But anyway, because Neil worships divine goddess. And anyway, I need you all to understand that this is the characteristic of our lives that we're living. The characteristic that you play every day, and you have to wear this mask. You grow into the mask. You become the mask. You don't know who you are anymore. But this is what I'm trying to tell all of the deep divers out there, that they can even grow. The levels of all this correspond with the meaning of life, the meaning that we give it. How much that we're going to fight for our freedom and our liberation. Because on different dimensions, like in the dream realm, when I remember my dreams, they're in such higher states. I'm doing so many things with 50 other people. We're fixing things that are dimensional in the dream space, energetically. Because we are energetically all creating thought forms in our mind of higher intelligence that are rubbing off in the equation of life. This is the equation of what we're absorbing from the media, the mass media, and everything that we're becoming. But look what I'm becoming. I'm not of the mass media. I'm homeless. I make my own podcast. I watch people on YouTube that are grown and spiritually developed because that's what I liked. Because I didn't like boring life. I needed this, otherwise I'd be bored. I'm an old soul. I'd be bored with life. I had to grow myself. I had to get these ideas about this new society, of what I could do about this situation. And how I looked at other people that were helping the world in a positive way, and that's good. Use your equation to make this change to the society, this new earth that we're talking about and everything. We can all do it. People were talking about that, but this is the actual action in the pudding. I'll get down to this once I get the land. I would be so happy to just terraform the land into a habitable society, a metropolis for the society that would benefit it before everything becomes city and there is no forest. So there'd be two worlds, one world benefiting and one world doing this. And if they try to turn against each other, they're not benefiting each other. They're trying to destroy the world, and the little ones are trying, the ones that are real rich, they'll try to go underground for when the earth gets destroyed, but it's our baselessness, carelessly doing something, not knowing why. These people carelessly do things, and they don't know the detriment of their own health, that life goes on after living is dead. And I 110% know that. And what I'm trying to say is how I know this is because I went out of my body before and came back in my body. One time out of body experience. And what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to get to the people to understand this. That everything is possible. The dream realm state of all the things that you can fly around in your dreams. It's already documented in science that the studies that people have flying dreams. It's actually quite common. So in other ethereal places in different dimensionality, we can fly. Gravity is different. And it's amazing the power of the human being. They're trying to limit us in what we can do on certain densities and levels. Bringing heaven to earth isn't an easy task, but it can be done. This is what I'm trying to say to everyone. You don't have to live like this anymore. Take off the mask that you've grown adjusted to. And be who you are now. You don't have to hide. They're not going to throw you in jail for being who you are. But you got so good at being who you're not. All right, let's do this. All the deep divers out there, you with me? All right, let's go. Chop, chop. Everybody, we can do this. All right, let's go.